What's up, guys? So I'm putting another video on my channel here. This is the homemade fletching jig. If you've looked on YouTube before, you've obviously seen this one. No doubt you've seen this one. It gets a lot of hits. It's probably the most useful, easiest one that you can make. Just kind of give you an idea. It's just the 2x4 with the clothespins on it, and then the plate. This video, because they're on there and they show you how to make it, I'm not going to go into that. This is just a video to show the differences I did to make it work better. The first one is that instead of using epoxy or wiggling with that, I just used hot glue to put everything on. The other thing is, this is a foam board. I didn't have any plywood or something like that to use, so I just use foam board. I mean, that's all this is for, is to mark your fletching positions. So those are the little differences about this. The main reason for this video is to show you the clamp. A lot of guys use the paint stir sticks for this. I tried it and I quickly realized that it's not a good idea. Mostly because when you put your arrow in, like that, and you put paint stir sticks in, it opens your clothespins even more, and then your arrow just sits there. It's got nothing tightly holding it. And when you're doing this, you want everything to be tight. You want your arrow to be tight, you want your clamp to be tight, you want everything to fit well all the time. You don't want anything left up to chance, because you screw it up, you're kind of hooped. So what I did different, let's kind of move this up here, is the clamp. That's the main reason for this video. Let's show you this. What I did was I went to the dollar store and I bought myself, move this up here. I bought a pack of rulers. It was $3-4, something like that, and also a pack of these industrial size clothespins. They work well. They're nice and stiff. I was gonna buy like a heavy duty clamps, but I thought that might have been a little bit overkill. But so yeah, you take your rulers, you cut them down to size, you glue your clothespin on. Again, it's just hot glue, nothing fancy. It works. The only thing is if you do this way and you use hot glue, when I did it, I noticed that even after a few minutes, it was still kind of loose, moved around. For some reason, with the plastic and plastic, it took a long time for this to cool down and harden for some reason, which doesn't make any sense, but that's what it did. So if you do it, just make sure it's nice and hard. Leave it for a half hour or an hour or something. And because it's a ruler, you can automatically measure your distance you want. So for this, it's 3/4 of an inch out from the knock. Mark it. Good to go. Feather is already in there. Just made it a little bit easier to do that firsthand. But the other problem, well, I shouldn't say the other problem. The only problem is that because these rulers are thin, they're a little bit flimsy. I mean, the feather looks like it's nice and snug in there, but it's actually a little bit loose on this side. This side's not bad. So what I did is I took a couple more of these clamps, and what I do is I just clamp it on where it needs it on both sides, just like that, and they don't get in the way of the jig at all. Just move this up a bit more, and you relocate it to your next spot, just like that. And so because the rulers are so thin with the feather in it, it actually fits in here almost pretty much perfect, nice and snug. Just goes in like that, and that's it. And it's fairly snug. I would say if you wanted to apply a little bit of pressure, maybe put some screws on both sides of this, and then you can wrap an elastic around, and that'll give it the downward pressure you need. But I figure it's got enough pressure because I've glued a few on already and just left it there like this, and it worked good. So yeah, that's just the main thing I wanted to show everyone, because no one's kind of put this out there yet of this kind of idea. I like it a lot better. It just, to me, seems like it's just a better idea all in general. Um, this is the first one I did with it. You'll kind of, I'll show you the back here. I'll move the camera back. You can see, you know, they're really straight. The fletching position is a little bit off, but that was my fault. I kind of put the knock in the wrong place. But, you know, they're nice and straight. They're glued on really well. And again, like I said, I just put the clamp there and left it. That was enough pressure to glue it on. But, so, again, I just wanted to show you the clamp idea. It works a lot better than those paint sticks. And it's cheap. All of this cost me like $2.50 to make. And I mean, I have a fletching jig already. It worked. I like it. But I kind of like just the idea of making my own. The one I have is a left helical. This is straight. It just seemed cheaper than buying another clamp for my jig. And I like kind of doing this stuff because it feels more like you accomplished something and make something that you like to see if it works. And this does work. It works really well. So, and it's also for guys who can't afford a fletching jig and want to get into it. You know, you don't want to be spending a ton of money on something you don't think you'll like. And this way is cheap. Again, like I said, $2.50 to make it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video there, and hope you guys can take something from it. Right on. And have fun fletching.